1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. A little bit later than first build, here we are at Coventry Town FC for today's edition of Coventry United TV. In the FA Women's Premier League Southern Division, it is Coventry United ladies versus Crystal Palace ladies. Apologies for the delayed start. We were actually supposed to kick off at 7:30, but there has been an hour's delay as the Crystal Palace team have been stuck on the motorway for a good old while. They got here about 10 minutes ago, so fair play to Kai for the quick turnaround. They've got out in their kit and they've had a quick training session before today's game. The girls have been training for the best part of half an hour, simply out of boredom, but everyone is here safely and we are set to go for today's FA Women's Premier League Southern Division match. Coventry United on a bit of a winning streak now to the victory at Chichester, the Birmingham County Cup final victory, 15-0 against Birmingham and West Midlands, and of course another 4-0 win against Cardiff City. So what a couple of weeks it's been for Coventry United. Can they keep it up? Here on CU TV, we are exclusive to the ladies for the rest of the season. The first team fixtures are done and dusted. Talking of which, the highlights of the final Midland League Premier Division match of the season are online now, so make sure to go and have a look at them at half-time. United winning by 3-0 at Welsh's Meadow against Starport Swifts yesterday on a boiling hot bank holiday Monday. Slightly colder tonight. Well, I say slightly, it's 100 times colder tonight. But it's a beautiful night here in Daventry. The game actually was moved from the Butts Park Arena to Daventry because Crystal Palace were worried about travelling all the way over to the Butts. And it turns out that even Daventry was a little bit too far for them to go before, obviously they got a little bit late. But, they're here now and we are ready for the kick-off as the Crystal Palace substitutes make their way over towards the dugouts. A full Coventry United team, just one substitute named on Sunday, but all 5 places have been filled. There is a return to the matchday squad for Keely Davis, who after a motorcycle accident has been out for the last couple of weeks. She's back on the bench. Jess Lundy drops back to the subs bench as well. Lauren Garner and Lucy Stead brought in from the reserves, and Callum Barber continues her return to the first team on the bench as well. We'll take you through the starting lineups when the players get out here, which will be very shortly. The referee today is Chloe Matthews, with assistants Gary Halliday and Andy Johnson. You won't find this coverage anywhere else, so make sure to hit the like button below if you are enjoying today's coverage. Leave a comment with your feedback. Subscribe to Coventry United TV on YouTube for exclusive content. Hit the notification bell as well to ensure that you stay notified as to when the videos go on air, and you can get us online on Twitter at Coventry United TV. And again, we will not be covering any more first team fixtures. The first team season is done, so 5 matches to go for the ladies. Matches against obviously Crystal Palace tonight. There's Gillingham on Saturday. QPR, Swindon and Lewis are the final matches that the Red and Green girls have this season, as Jay Bradford and her substitutes make their way over to the home dugouts. It's a new venue here for CU TV. We've never been to Coventry Town FC before. As the coaches follow suit and head over to the far side of the ground. Well, a little bit later than expected, here we are at Coventry Town FC. A delay of nearly an hour due to travel issues for Cardiff City ladies hasn't dampened our spirits ahead of another evening of FA Women's Premier League Southern Division football. Live coverage of Coventry United ladies versus Crystal Palace ladies coming up on CU TV with Liam Cook. Let's get you straight into your team news, starting with today's visitors, Crystal Palace ladies. Starting for Palace today, number 1, Megan Lynch. Number 2, Pam McRoberts. 3, Tia Foreman. 4, Ellie Bales. Number 5, Rosie Pay. 8, the captain, Kiara Sherwood. Number 9, Sarah Jones. 10, Gemma Bryan. Number 11, Mary Robinson. 12, Lily Maple. And number 16, Ellie Stanning. And on the bench for Crystal Palace today, number 7, Jade Davenport. 15, Carisha Eiton. And 17, Amy Green. And for Coventry United ladies today, number 1, Sue Wood. 2, Nikki Miles. 3, Rosie McDonald. 4, Helen Dermody. Number 5, Nat Haig. 6, Alex Buck. 7, Jade Brook. Number 8, Steph Smith. 9, Maz Gauntlet. 10, Amber Hughes. And 11, Lois Jeffries. Substitutes for the red and green girls: number 12, Callum Barber; 14, Lauren Garner; 15, Lucy Stead; 16, Jess Lundy; 17 is Keely Davis. As the two captains meet in the centre circle, crucially the two main strikers for both sides, Crystal Palace and Coventry United, both out. Ali Hall still on the injured list with that broken nose. She said she was hoping to be involved in the matchday squad today, wearing a Batman mask. That hasn't happened. Also, Nikita Winnett has been struggling with injury recently for Crystal Palace as well. Jim O'Brien, I believe, is still their top scorer, but Winnett is the player that in the last two matches against United has caused the more significant impact on the United defence. So Winnett out, Hall out, and Keely Davis returning to the substitutes bench for Coventry United following that motorcycle accident. Quick shake of the hands between the officials and the captains. Again, the officials today, referee is Chloe Matthews, with assistants Gary Halliday and Andy Johnson. Well, the final run-in starts here. All of these matches are supposed to be at home. Of course, today's match here at Daventry, due to a request for Crystal Palace to move the match so they can get home a little bit earlier. They're going to be heading home late anyway, as we are being told that there will not be any differentiation with the match length. There was talk a little bit later on about possibly cutting it to 45 minutes. That's not going to happen, so we will have the full 90 today here at Daventry. Well, Maz Gauntlet will start things off in the centre circle. Coventry United in their traditional red shirts with green shorts and socks. Crystal Palace all in white. In the two previous matches, we've seen these two sides in the league. It ended 0-0. In the FA Cup, it ended 1-1 following a sizable delay due to an injury to Keely Davis. United ended up winning that match on penalties to progress to a game against Millwall in the FA Cup. An early effort there by Steph Smith, straight out of the blocks, almost catching the Crystal Palace goalkeeper Megan Lynch off guard. She scrambled towards the right-hand side. Her intervention wasn't needed anyway. The first effort of the match comes barely 30 seconds after the first whistle. So Megan Lynch will place the ball on the edge of her 6-yard box and boost it clear, but Roberts calling for it on the right-hand side. Who will Lynch pick out? Sent towards midfield, winning in the air by Steph Smith. Maz Gauntlet couldn't quite flick it on. Cleared by the pass midfielder. Bales knotted up. McDonald couldn't bring it down, and Roberts sends it up the right-hand side. Sees it back from Maple. Looking to find Jim O'Brien, cut out by the Coventry United back line. McDonald's ball down the left-hand side. House trying to deal with it now, and hooked away by Maple. Standing looking for the run of Gemma O'Brien in the penalty area, and what a start this is by Crystal Palace! Gemma O'Brien, a looping shot over Sue Wood. A stunning couple of minutes, with Steph Smith coming so close to giving Coventry United the lead just 30 seconds in, and a minute later there's Gemma O'Brien to give Crystal Palace the advantage. Well, 2 minutes in, it's now Crystal Palace leading by 1-0. Sue Wood off her line. Bryan taking a chance, and it paid off beautifully. That move was made possible by the pass number 16. She does it forward again for Bales. Buck taking no chances and puts it into touch for the throw. Tia Foreman will send it up line. Robinson. Standing holds off Nikki Miles. Throwing Crystal Palace despite the appeals from Miles. And again, it will be left for Foreman to take. United keeping 3 players in a relatively attacking position. Those being Gauntlet, Hughes and Jeffries. And the throw is easily met in the penalty area, unmarked by Jade Brooke. Fired away by Hendon. Of course, Jade's husband Steve made his Coventry United debut yesterday and kept a clean sheet in the 3-0 victory against Starport Swifts. Sent forward again by Sherwood. And that will roll harmlessly out of play for a Coventry United goal kick. Well, we've had to wait for the action here at Daventry. But it's a fast and furious start, ensuring that the wait has been well worth it for the neutral at least. Coventry United now behind by 1-0. Jim O'Brien scoring the opening goal. Seward taken out of commission as Brian caught her offline. Would also get United back onto the front foot. McDonnell up line to Maz Gauntlet. Just wait for the challenger. Bales trying to find Hughes with a lofted ball, cut up by the defender. And now it's Palace on the march again. Stenning couldn't quite find Brian, but that doesn't stop Palace from breaking forward with Maple. And Nat Hay blasts it away from the danger zone. Foreman. That's offside against, I believe that's Lily Maple. So it will be a free kick to Coventry United as the sun sets below the horizon. We've got a cracking view from the balcony here at Daventry Town FC. So this season we've had 3 balconies and 3 gantries, I believe. So we've had some pretty good views. Sue Wood clears. And it's easy picked up by Foreman, and now Palace begin the counter with Gemma Bryan. Stenning calling for the through ball, covered up by Alex Buck. Still going, Gemma Bryan taking on Nat Haig, and in goes the former Yeovil captain, sliding in to take the ball away from Gemma Bryan. It will be a throw-in right in the corner for the Eagles. 5 minutes gone here at Daventry Town FC. Coventry United ladies 0, Crystal Palace ladies 1. The current score, opening goal from Gemma Bryan. Going over to pick up the ball is Mary Robinson, but it's probably going to be Tia Foreman to take it again. It is indeed. So Foreman up, run up. And in the air by Nikki Miles and cleared away from the penalty area by Helen Dermody. It starts the run through Jade Brook, covered off. And a slide on Brook. Great slide it was by Tia Foreman. Sure trying to come away with the ball, but runs into Helen Dermody. Cleared by Haig and sent back where it came from by Bales. Bryan threads it through. Ellie Stenning in the penalty area with her back to goal, looking for an option with the cross instead, and Miles cuts it out before it reaches Mary Robinson. There will be a throw just in front of the Crystal Palace dugout. Forward with the run up. Nikki Miles brought it to earth but couldn't find Robinson. Sent back in over the head of Gemma Bryan and into the grateful grasp of Sue Wood. Jeffries calling from the left-hand side. And Gemma Bryan was a little too close to Sue Wood, and the referee immediately going to the box 6 minutes in. And we're going to have our first yellow card as Gemma Bryan tried to block the goal kick through Sue Wood. Well, what an eventful start for Gemma Bryan. 2 minutes in she scores, 6 minutes in she's booked. So she's going to have to be careful now for the remaining 84 minutes. Sue Wood runs up and sticks her laces through that one. And run by Rose McDonald, brought to work by Mascall. It runs into Steph Smith and they're trying to evade each other. Smith comes out with it and finds Lois Jeffries on the left. Into the box by Jeffries, no one home, and Bales will clear it over the head of Sherwood. Seems like a little clash of heads there between Smith and the pass number 4, Bales. Jeffries trips as it's cleared into touch by Rosie Pay. Donald looking for the option from the throw. Here's Helen Dermody steaming in to offer support. McDonald tries to find Lois Jeffries, stabbed over the white line by McRoberts again. So that was Pay actually, that was Rosie Pay. But offside given against Coventry United. Lois Jeffries was in an offside position when the ball was played towards her. She didn't receive the ball, and of course she interfered in play. So the referee calls for the free kick. Busy end of the season for the Coventry United ladies, including today. There's 5 matches in 10 days. Season ending on May the 20th. Touched by Steph Smith. So 5 matches in 12 days, I should say. Balls off the shoulder of McRoberts from the throw. Buck up line, can only find the number 12, Maple. Bryan tried to bring it down with a heel. You can only find touch. Throw quickly taken by Rose McDonald of Coventry United. There's Lois Jeffries. control with the shoulder of Maz Gauntlet's out wide again with Rosie McDonald. She couldn't reach it in time. It will be another throw. That's 20 yards into United territory. McRoberts gets it back from Stenning. Dinks it towards the penalty area. Chest control by Bryan. Is Stenning again. Turns away from Rosie McDonald and down line to Pay. Hoping to find the captain sure, but cut out by Jade Brooke. Into the centre circle now with Amber Hughes, stretched leg by Sherwood, but Hughes gets past and finds Dermody. She was forced away from the halfway line. On the right wing now with Nikki Miles, up line to Jade Brooke, heavy first touch, tries to shield the ball from Foreman, and she's taken the ball over the white line as Robinson came in. Run up by Foreman, throw by Foreman, control by Gemma Bryan. I don't know whether that was a cross or another ambitious effort. That one doesn't pay off. And Sue Wood catches and quickly distributes to Rosie McDonald, who's made such an impression from Coventry United since her move from Bradford in the summer. That cross fails to make an impression on the match. It's gathered on the edge of her penalty area by Megan Lynch. Lynch clears. Header won by Dermody, but it was soon picked up by Bales. Trying to find Roberts on the right hand side, but in the air by Alex Buck. Cleared up line. Maz Gauntlet will give chase. It's all the way back to the goalkeeper. Volleyed clearance by Lynch. It's out to Jade Brooke. She was thinking about the long range effort, and she'll still go for it, but Lynch was back on the line and was ready for it. 10 minutes of play gone here at Daventry Town FC in the FA Women's Premier League Southern Division. Coventry United ladies 0, Crystal Palace ladies 1. Palace still have realistic ambition of winning the title this season. They're third, currently behind league leaders Charlton and C&K Basildon. Great slide by Nat Haig to dispossess Mary Robinson on the left flank. Make some good progress on that left-hand side. So Foreman runs up and takes the throw up line. Dermody goes in and challenges Stenning and boots it into the away dugouts. That'll mean Foreman gets another throw. Tries to find Stenning again. Backs towards Nikki Miles, but Stenning holds off the fullback and puts it to a more central location with Sherwood. Miles couldn't take it away, and the space opened up for Robinson. Offside calls ignored, and nearly heading into her own net by Alex Buck, but it's caught well by Sue Wood. Buck had to do something with Gemma Bryan lurking menacingly behind the young centre-back. Now Jeffries falls back into her own turf following the kick from Wood. Smith pokes it forward, and again it's straight into the vicinity of Megan Lynch. Palace are a tough team to break down. This is the first time this season that Palace have taken the lead against United in 3 outings. Paper under pressure on the edge of a penalty area by Maz Gauntlet. Hasty clearance by Lynch. Knife forward by Steph Smith. Here's Maz Gauntlet. She's onside towards the left-hand side of the penalty area with several players surrounding her. Jeffries was offside, couldn't touch it. And as Gauntlet tried to find her, it's gone towards the touchline. It will be kept in by Megan Lynch. She'll have the chance to volley it upfield. Clearance by Lynch towards the head of Stenning, being in the air by Nat Haig, but it's out wide now with Mary Robinson streaming past Amber Hughes and Nikki Miles now as well. It's a great one by Mary Robinson. Cuts into the penalty area, lays it off for Bryan. It doesn't reach Bryan. Haig goes in and takes it away. Clearance as far as Tia Foreman on the halfway line. Brought down by Jones. Volleys it away before Gauntlet can do anything about it. Bounces onto the left with Mary Robinson. Back into Palace territory with Foreman. Sarah Jones. It's a good ball to find Gemma Bryan, but it's a little too far for the Palace top scorer. Good idea, but the execution wasn't quite there. Well, the next time we're on air here on CUTV will be on Sunday as Coventry United ladies host Gillingham ladies. United beating Gillingham 10-0 in the early months of the season. I think a 5-day break is the longest break that we've had on CUTV for a good 3 months. Volley crossed towards the penalty area by Stenning and easily brought to feet by Rose McDonald. No one in there to challenge. The red and greens sprint away with the ball to feet. McDonald pressured by Kiara Sherwood. Kiara Sherwood's done exactly what she needed to do, but Ross will stride away. Lofted ball over the defence. Bryan will give chase, but she won't reach it. There's Sue Wood to make the gather. Throws it to Miles on the right. Gauntlet, overlap being made by Miles, but Gauntlet decides against playing the through pass and falls back towards the penalty area by Robinson. It's all the way back with Wood, closed down by Stenning, and Wood has to put it into touch on this near side for a Crystal Palace throw. You know, a little bit nervous in the opening 15 minutes. Well, Palace clearly haven't let the travel issues get the better of them. Roberts receives it back from Stenning. In towards Bryan, she's onside, and in fact, no, she isn't, it's offside. The flag raised on this near side. The referee has allowed United to play from the hands of Sue Wood rather than get the free kick. It's awkward for Hughes, and it's put in the air by Sarah Jones, who'll put it upfield towards Bales. Dermody with the chance from behind finds Jade Brooke. Blocked off by Robinson and Maple. Finds Nikki Miles, and as Miles tries to make away past Mary Robinson, it's off the foot of the Palace midfielder. It will be a United throw. 15 minutes gone here at Daventry Town FC. Live coverage of the FA Women's Premier League Southern Division match here on CUTV with Liam Cook. Current score: Coventry United Ladies 1. Coventry United Ladies 0, I should say. Crystal Palace 1. I wish it was 1-0 to Coventry United Ladies, but Celavi, a lot of work to do to get United in front in this match. Brooke owes some space for herself. It doesn't last long. She's quickly closed down by several Palace players, and poor control by Steph Smith. Sent upfield towards Stenning. To the right with Pamela Roberts, closed down by Smith. Smith gets the better of the Palace fullback. McDonald finds Lois Jeffries, who'll take on Pay, dodges the foot of Pay, cuts in away from Roberts. In the centre circle with Helen Dermody, tries to switch the play to Nikki Mars. It flies past Robinson. In fact, it's taking a touch off the Palace player. United throw will follow. And straight out again, this time by Tia Foreman, as Hughes tried to make good work of the overlap with Nikki Miles. Miles throw up line. Now Amber Hughes, covered up by Robinson and Foreman. Robinson gets between the ball and Hughes and blocks Hughes off for now, but great determination from Amber Hughes to hold off not one but two Palace players, and she earns the throw in the right-hand corner. Miles into the box, Gauntlet turns, puts it in towards the centre. Jeffries was the intended target, but Sherwood volleys it into touch on this near side. So on the left wing, it will be a Dermody throw. Movement from Smith, but she will go towards Lois Jeffries, easily won in the air by Bales. Dermody gets onto the seconds. Smith thought about sticking a boot into the air to bring it down. She probably would have been penalised, but Bales' pass intercepted by Alex Buck. Finds Amber Hughes, who's come back from an offside position. Free kick to Crystal Palace. So it will be taken by Sarah Jones. I've got to say, this is the first time that I've seen a player wearing number 9 playing at centre-back. Bit of an odd number choice for the central defence player, but you know, it will be Megan Lynch to take the free kick around halfway into Palace territory towards the left-hand side. Run up by Lynch, who hasn't really had to make a big save so far. It's a rather poor kick straight towards the Palace dugout. So around 15 yards into United territory. On the right wing will be a throw. Miles takes a few yards up the field. Tries to find Miles Gauntlet. It's over Gauntlet's head and cleared by Foreman. Bryan brings it down at the second time of asking. Tries to make her way past Nat Hager, pushing the back by Bryan. Referee has lead call for a throw in. I think Haig took it a little bit too close to the touchline. You could have had a free kick there, as there was a definite push by Bryan in the back of Nat Haig. And it will be a throw to be taken by Tia Foreman. About halfway into United turf on the left wing. Back heel by Stenning. Now Robinson tries to get the ball in from the left. Challenged by Jay Brooke, takes it over the line for a throw right in the corner. So Foreman grabs the ball. He's got Stenning short and Robinson there as well. Goes long towards Bales. She backs into Nat Haig, turns Haig, but takes it out for a goal kick. Well, Paris certainly looked the more dangerous on the attack. Equal amount of possession, really. It's probably the toughest match that United have left. 3 of the next 4 matches, you would say, are pretty winnable matches. So free Coventry United had a collision just inside the United half. So Helen Dermody directing traffic. All outfield players inside the Paris half, either attacking or defending this. Not into the air by Steph Smith. Lois Jeffries closes it on goal with possession. Covered up by McRoberts. Smith wants it on the left. Nice turn by Jeffries. Low cross towards goal. Amber Hughes brings it down. Can she turn and shoot? Amber Hughes, it's wide. In fact, it's taking a touch on the way through. The Paris defender, Tia Foreman, has touched it around the post. And Dermody will go to the right wing to whip it in from the corner. Dermody sends it in towards the box. Miles goes for the header. It's out to Smith. And touched on by Nat Hagen off the line. It's still alive with Dermody after the clearance by Foreman. Header up by Pay. Miles tries to bring it down. And a free kick against Nikki Miles. She's not happy about it. United coming ever so close to the equaliser as Nat Haig stabbed it towards the net from close range. But there was Foreman to keep it at 1-0. 20 minutes gone at Daventry Town FC. Remains Coventry United ladies 0, Crystal Palace ladies 1. A second-minute goal from Gemma Bryan. Here's the difference so far. As we said earlier, 3 of United's final 4 matches are pretty winnable against QPR Swindon and Gillingham. Of course, they have got a big final day match against Lewis. Lofted forward down the right by Crystal Palace. McDonald tries to shield it away from Stenning. But she couldn't do so, but Stenning has got past her illegally. She shrugged the Yorkshire lass to the ground. And Wood will come out to take the free kick just inside from the left touch line. About level with her penalty area. If you hear a particular Brummie accent on the microphone, that's because that certain Mr. Nigel Ward is directly below us. Pay wins the header from the goal kick now. Gemma Bryan takes on McDonald, but there's Alex Buck to put it into touch. Bryan covered off well. United know not to leave her in any sort of space. Well, it's like a slightly strange throw there by Roberts, but it's come to nothing anyway. As a touch from Bryan is too heavy. It will be a throw to Coventry United in virtually the same position. McDonald to Buck, quickly closed down by Stenning. A hasty ball upfield, just about kept in by Jeffries, which is tackled from behind by McRoberts. And Sherwood trying to loft it up line down the right flank towards Gemma Bryan, but Bryan was nowhere near it. It will be a goal kick. United currently in 6th place in the FA Women's Premier League Southern Division. Of course, that championship bid still to be decided. We hope to hear from the FA towards the end of this month. Of course, we'll bring you every bit of news that we can by the Coventry United website. And don't forget to follow the club's official Twitter page at Cov United LFC. Wood's kick. Cancelled the leg of Sherwood. There's Miles to pick it up. Hughes. See a bit of a dig in the back there by Foreman. She continues her run down the right-hand side. Sides it in towards Maz Gauntlet. And Rosie Pay able to keep it away from the United centre forward. As Bales tries to run down the left, she's covered up by our opposite number 4, Helen Dermody. And a throw will be the result for Crystal Palace, still deep into their own turf on the left wing. Run up by Foreman, there goes the throw over the head of Bales. Chest control by Nikki Miles. There's Jade Brooke forced into her own half. But switches to play low to Rosie McDonald. McDonald blocked up by Sherwood, a little forceful there. The play will continue. The ball evades Ellie Bales, spin on the dime by Alex Buck, up line to Mads Gauntlet, flicks up off the boot of Gauntlet and fired away for Gemma Bryan to give chase. Held up by McDonald, back to the goalkeeper by Alex Buck. In fact, Buck has put it out for a corner. Wood was coming out to help Buck out, but I don't think Buck looked up. She's under some severe pressure there, so you can't blame it. It's better to be safe than sorry, of course. For all she knew, Wood could have been stood on a line. To answer Nigel's question, yes, we can hear him. How could we not? Pam McRoberts with the corner kick for pass. I believe it's the first of the match. It was low towards the edge of the box to Kiara Sherwood and sent onto the roof of the five-a-side pitch behind the stadium here at Daventry Town. And we are going to need a new ball. Here it comes. 25 minutes ago. I tell you, it's absolutely flying by, isn't it? But remember, it is it's 9 o'clock now, and we haven't even finished the first half yet due to that sizable delay. We were supposed to kick off at 7:30, of course, but I believe Chris West was stuck on the M25 and then the M40. Into the box by Bales. Bryan receives it from Stenning and fired wayward by Bales. Neither Stenning or Bryan could bring it to the earth in the penalty area, and the resulting effort by the pass number 4 Bales is not what the visitors needed. Wood plays it short to Alex Buck, and it just rolls off the boots of Buck. You're just struggling to get it away from their own penalty area. Throw by Bryan, and Dermody nods it into touch with Stenning breathing down her neck, and it will be another corner on the right flank. United trying to play it out of danger rather than just hook it away. It may cost them here. They're giving away another corner. McRoberts will send it in again. Out comes Wood. She wasn't needed. It's headed back towards McRoberts by Jade Brooke. Back in by McRoberts towards Bryan. Headed away by Dermody this time. And McRoberts lets it go out for a throw on the right wing. Run being made by Sherwood. McRoberts goes into the centre with Bales. Tries to give it back to McRoberts. A great tackle from behind. Slide by Helen Dermody. Finds Loris Jeffries. Switches the play to Nikki Miles. Hughes has got space down the right-hand side. Through ball towards Amber Hughes. She'll take on Rosie Pay. She's got a Gauntlet towards the left as well as Brooke and Jeffries are making their way up the field to support with a challenge by Jones. Sends it out of play on United's right. Throw taken quickly by Miles to Smith. Her pass is deflected into touch again, this time by Mary Robinson. United are finally starting to look as dangerous as we know they can be. Throw to Amber Hughes, but Robinson gets stuck in and takes the ball away. Jones upfield to Gemma Bryan. She's got Stenning upfield with her. Buck slides in, can't hit the ball away, and Nat Haig succeeds where Buck unfortunately couldn't. Another throw on the left flank for Gemma Bryan. Haig blocks Stenning from the ball, spins and blasts it clear. Maple keeps it alive for Palace just inside United territory. Attempted ball upfield. Blocked off by Steph Smith, and Gauntlet trying to lob it to the right wing with Amber Hughes a little too exuberantly for the veteran striker. Of course, got a brilliant goal on Sunday against Cardiff City. The Hearts, of course, are online right now, so go and have a look at them at half-time while we take a short break. We're going off there for around 10 minutes here on CUTV during half-time to swap over the batteries. The last time we'll be doing so as well, because all our remaining games are at the Butts Park Arena. For upline. Free kick against Nikki Miles. She was holding onto the arm of Stenning. Miles looking in shock there, but you can see from here that the referee was going to blow the whistle sooner or later. Referee Chloe Matthews doing her job well there. Kiara Sherwood stands over the ball. He's in towards Stenning and Bale's in there as well, headed away. And Gemma Bryan, high and wide and not at all handsome. It's nearly sending that ball into space. Wood gathers the ball and will place it on the edge of her 6-yard box and fire it away with that right boot. In fact, they'll go short again. It hasn't worked so far, and it nearly puts United into more pressure as McDonald has to get onto it before Stenning. Wood this time goes further with the goal kick, but straight onto the head of Sherwood, and Bales with a through ball. Gemma Bryan to make it 2. Good save with the knee of Sue Wood, and a slide by Alex Buck will concede the corner for Coventry United, but again they're trying to play it short from the goal kicks. And it's inviting more pressure and more opportunities from Palace. But Roberts with her 3rd corner. Stanning wants it low. Sherwood up rather than forwards, right towards the net again. Stanning taken out. Referee says no, and the ball taken away from Bryan by Alex Buck. Stanning in disbelief. Well, Palace using the same tactic for the last 2 corners, playing it across the edge of the penalty box. Looks like they're changing tack this time. But Roberts, and it's easily dealt with a head of Alex Buck. Amber Hughes out to out-muscle Mary Robinson and strides down the left-hand side. Through ball for Maz Gauntlet, a little too through for Gauntlet's liking, but she'll close down Megan Lynch. Lynch had no help and simply had to put it out towards the right and concede the Coventry United throw. Pass certainly looking good for their advantage so far. Can United change that? Jeffrey for the first time pass, hoping to find Amber Hughes. The clearance only as far as Steph Smith. Plenty of space on the right for Miles. Closed down now by Tia Foreman. Can she get the ball in from the right flank? Takes on Foreman, crossing towards Amber Hughes. And it just couldn't be controlled by Hughes. But there's Dermody, carries off the back of McRoberts. Loris Jeffrey tries to put it into the box. And there's Steph Smith over the crossbar and into the trees behind the goal. We're finally starting to see what Coventry United are made of. We know what they can do heading forward, but Palace simply haven't allowed them any sort of opportunities. Half an hour played here at Daventry Town FC. Coventry United ladies 0, Crystal Palace ladies 1. Remains the current score. A 2nd-minute strike from Gemma Bryan is the difference so far. Talking of difference, United do have some difference makers on the bench, including the likes of Jess Lundy and Keely Davis. And the header by Jade Brooke towards Hughes on the right. This bounces away from the United winger. It will be a throw in to Palace. Up line by Foreman towards the head of Stenning. Surrounded by Coventry players, but still gets the ball away. Sherwood, lofted pass beyond Nikki Miles, but it's offside against Gemma Bryan, who was going to get to that loose ball as well, but she strayed past Miles a little too early for the Lions' liking. Nat Haig gets into position and will take the free kick from the very edge of the touchline on the right-hand side. Plenty of space on the left for Jeffries and McDonald. Haig will go towards the right, flies over the head of Brooke. Maple can't get it away, and now Hughes tries to throw it down the right for Miles, cut out by Robinson, but the fullback will put Robinson under some severe pressure now from behind. Where's she going to go from here? Blasted away. And you have to get the throw. It's bundled into touch by Gemma Bryan. Miles gets the ball from Nat Haig, will take the throw. Gauntlet backing into Foreman. He's off for Miles again, and the final touch going out of play from Mary Robinson. And a throw level with the penalty area on the right flank for Coventry United. They're making progress. Miles throws it down line to Jade Brooke. It goes past Brooke, tries to backheel past Robinson. The Palace player wasn't going to be caught out by that one. Great pressure though by Jade Brooke, just shoves Robinson off the ball. And again the number 11 with the touch over the white line. Another throw to Coventry United. For the last 3 minutes they've been boxed in on that right hand side, just trying to make some progress into the box. Palace stopping them at every avenue of approach. Maybe not this time though, as it's thrown towards Masgall. A great turn and strike off the bar! And held away by McRoberts. The post denying Masgall at what would have been one of the goals of the season. But the clearance is picked up by Steph Smith back into the area. Miles barged off the ball by Robinson. Robinson up line to Gemma Bryan. Maple closed down by Jade Brooke. Brooke with a challenge. Smith can't get to the seconds. McRoberts lofted ball. It's picked up by Helen Dermody. There may have been offside calls against Stenning, but it didn't get to her. McDonald, lofted pass by Dermody, just about kept in with a chest of Lois Jeffrey. She's got the overlap with Rose McDonald, goes towards the centre with Masgall. Free kick against Pam McRoberts as she shoves Lois Jeffries to the ground. Well, finally, the pendulum seems to be swinging in Coventry United's favour. But can they get something on the board before the break? There's just 10 minutes until half-time. They have to act now. Dermody has to step a little further to the left with the free kick. She's in position now. Bales making a one-woman wall. As Dermody sets up one of many set pieces we've seen from her this season, and a lot of them have caused a lot of danger. That one doesn't. It's headed away by Pay, and Bales will volley it clear. Can Palace take advantage with the counter? Not yet, as McDonald nods it towards Palace territory again. Here's Bales for a second time, lobs it straight into touch for a Coventry United throw around the halfway line on the left wing. So 10 minutes to go until half-time here on CUTV. Coventry United 0, Crystal Palace 1 in the FA Women's Premier League Southern Division. Turn by Dermody, keeps it away from Sherwood. That line down the left-hand side by Steph Smith. Heavy first touch, free kick against Ellie Bales, and Bales not too high. A bit of a barge in the shoulder there by Steph Smith off the ball. Certainly a little bit of hard feeling between those two. As Dermody again lines up a set piece. Can she work some of that set piece magic again as Haig comes up for the free kick? It's in towards Haig! Almost! Haig coming up from the back line and nearly got a head on it. Well, she did get a head on it. Whistles wide of that far post. You can't say you haven't had their chances. That headed by Haig, and the turn and strike fry from Max Gauntlet, probably the best that United have conjured so far. Hasn't quite been enough to find Megan Lynch's net. Brooke obstructed by Stenning, and a shirt pull there by Bales. But again, the referee unmoved. Now the referee gives the free kick against Bales. He could have been given 3 times in that passage of play. The referee has given it now, about 5 yards into Palace territory. Haig and Buck remaining back. Bryan up for the counter if it happens. And Helen Dermody will send it into danger again. Referee calls for a free kick, a little bit too much pushing and shoving at the edge of that box for Chloe Matthews' liking. Well, United have certainly found their feet. They're knocking on the door. Man, looks like Palace have got the bolt across. As Megan Lynch lines up the free kick. A couple of yards inside her box. 6 laces through that one towards the centre circle. Chest control by Bale. She's got Robinson on the left. Robinson tries to dig into the centre circle to no avail. And Smith with a cracking through ball. It should be caught up by Amber Hughes. It would have been, but it slid out of play by Jones. Right in the corner. Throw in Coventry United. And up comes Nikki Miles to take it. Miles to the feet of Gauntlet. Offside against Nikki Miles. Miles again, not too happy with the decision. But the referee was right in front of it, so would have had the best possible view. So Lynch again with the ball to feet. She'll fire it away from danger. Paz certainly going for the longer goal kicks and free kicks from their final third. Something United haven't decided to go for. That particular tactic has served Palace well. Stenning, sandwich between Brook and Miles, side by Miles, still can't get the ball away. Sherwood sends it forward, deep into United territory, but it bobbles back into Sue Wood's penalty area. Jeffries calls for it on the left wing. Will Wood go short again? No, she won't. She'll volley it towards Palace territory. It's down by Amber Hughes. And Gold tries to flick it forward, blocked off by Pay, but she'll get a second crack at it. Forced back into United territory, and the pass back towards Alex Buck is intercepted by Bryan. Stenning turns away from Dermody on the left now with Bryan again. First line cross by Gemma Bryan. Sherwood won't reach that, and Sue Wood makes the gather. Clearance by Sue Wood. Nodded on by Lois Jeffries, but no one in a red shirt to catch it. And Pay lets it roll back to Megan Lynch. Lynch will keep it in. Jay Brook puts the goalkeeper under a little bit of pressure, but it's easy pickings for Lynch. She'll pick it up. And we have 5 minutes of normal time to go before half-time here at Daventry Town FC. It remains 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Will it remain that as we head into our half-time break? We'll be going affair for 10 minutes, so look for the new live stream for the second half. Lovely skill by Smith to take it away from the midfielder, but a lofted pass won't find Amber Hughes. Bales. And Robinson goes for another left wing run, taking on Nikki Miles. And she's got past Miles. A brilliant run by Robinson. The cross wasn't quite as good. It will be a goal kick. As the Coventry United presentation evening draws near, don't forget to get your tickets via the Coventry United website. We'll be sharing a link to the sales page on Twitter later as well. You've only got until the day of the event to get your ticket. They won't be sold on the door, so make sure to join us at the Doubletree by Hilton in Walsgrave for the Coventry United Awards presentation. Not hosted by me as well, so that's another reason to go. Not done by Gauntlet, to the feet of Jeffries, but cut out by McRoberts. And Palace clear, yes they can. Maple spots the run. Stenning and Bryan's free on the left-hand side. And Fisher was trying to find a more central location with the cross, and it's picked up in the near post by Sue Wood. Miles, underweighted pass and cut out by Ellie Maple. Foreman sends it forward again. Gemma Bryan brings it under control and will take on Alex Buck and try and cut in from the left. Maple receives the ball from Bryan, low driven cross and cut out by Nat Haig. It's had a solid match with the red and green girls so far. Lost it towards the left with Amber Hughes. Hughes tries to keep it in but gives it away to Gemma Bryan. Nikki Miles with the challenge from behind. That does go out of play for the Palace throw. Which Foreman will take about 10 yards into United lines on the left side. The throw straight to the boot of Miles, volleyed away onto the head of Kiara Sherwood. Bales nods it on. Bryan brings it down, takes on Buck again. Tries to make her way into the box. The pass towards Sherwood, intercepted by Jade Brook. Smith tries to return it to Brook. She'll find McDonald instead. His touch takes it into space. Hoping to find Gauntlet, and Pay will pick up the ball. But they can only find the opposite centre-back, Alex Buck. Dermody to Haig. Closed down from the right by Gemma Bryan, gets the ball away just in time. Chest controlled by Mass Gauntlet. Pay gets stuck in and takes the ball away. Gauntlet goes towards Robinson, but can't take it away from the Palace winger. And now Palace being forced back towards their own backyard. Good United pressure, but it's cleared by Megan Lynch before it can do any real damage. Foreman. That's with Ellie Bales. Battled well with Steph Smith. Smith got the better of the pass number 4, and in goes Brook on the captain, Kiara Sherwood. Brook dinks it to the left with Lois Jeffries. Tries to cut in, but there's Pay again to make the challenge. Tries to get it away. She would have conceded the corner, but she gets there first and will concede the throw instead. So 2 minutes of normal time. United have to act quickly. Whereas McDonald races up the left-hand side, so United can try and get one more chance before the break. McDonald to the feet of Gauntlett. Tries to return it to McDonald on a slide by Jones. Takes it over the white line. It will be another throw for McDonald. Throw take 2, taken by McDonald. Jeffries tries to turn, but Roberts can only find Jade Brooke. He jumps away from the swipe by Sherwood. The cross bounces into the hands of Megan Lynch. Wood in the air by Axbrook, under pressure by Stenning. And now McDonald's got to deal with it. In comes Gemma Bryan from the left-hand side. Barges the Yorkshire left back off the ball. And Gemma Bryan looks to the linesman. And the linesman says it's good. The strength of Bryan forcing McDonald off possession. And when given the opportunity from that range, there was only one end result. Gemma Bryan started the match in the 2nd minute with a goal. And with 30 seconds until the end of normal time, at the end of the first half, Bryan's got a second. Just as United was starting to find their rhythm, Crystal Palace with a hammer blow. Well, they're at the upper echelon to the table for a reason. United try and halve the deficit again. With headed into the box by Jade Brooke and easily cleared. The pass can't quite get it away, and the shot by Brooke deflected by Jones. And there's Lynch to go on to it. We are now into added time, and there's no added time whatsoever. Referee calls the half-time, and it will be 2-0 to Crystal Palace at the break. We're taking a short break now here on CUTV to swap over the batteries on the laptop to ensure you get the second half in full. So look for the new live stream following the break. We're back in 10 minutes here on Coventry United TV.